Hello YouTube and hello TeamCrazyTrain. You have no idea how much trouble this video has caused me. I know nothing about politics. Well, I know very little. This is because I don't really take an interest in it. I have no interest in politics. I know it's meant to directly affect me, but I just don't take an interest. I find it boring and uninteresting. Which is why I've hated this week coming up. And I actually filmed a politics video just now with my brother, but because this week hates me, the sync was majorly out with the video, so I'm going to have to record everything again. Joy! Right, so I'm just going to quickly go through some points. I'm not going to go through everything that we initially covered because I can't be bothered, basically. Okay, first point, economy. It's shit, yeah, it's shit everywhere, but it's really shit in our country. This is because people borrow too much. And not just normal everyday people, the banks have to borrow, and then the banks are in debt. Where's the bank going to borrow from? That's why our economy is fucked. So, my solution is decrease borrowing. Not eradicate it completely, because there are people that need it, such as students, like me. But I would decrease the amount of borrowing that you can actually do. The amount of loan companies that are around, I would decrease the number of those, and I would completely and utterly eradicate credit cards, which are the devil and pretty much guarantee you instantaneous debt, and they're not good. People think they're amazing, but it's not. What's the point in spending money that you don't have, basically? So I would get rid of credit cards, and that's how I would at least try and make the economy better. Okay, so Tony briefly mentioned the idea of a curfew, which goes on young people mainly being out on the streets. I'm not going to call them by their known name. I'm not even going to call them hoodies. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Because, you know, they're not all bad. I have to admit, they're not all bad, but the majority of groups in this country are made up of these people, and they hang out in local town, city areas, such as parks, marketplaces, around supermarkets, etc., drinking, smoking, mostly underage, to an excess, and violence, vandalism, harassment happens. I know because I've experienced it. Curfew idea is perfect. Place in a curfew in town centres, have police patrolling to make sure no one is breaking curfew. Areas in towns and cities which have nightclubs and such like that, this is fine because I know police and bouncers are already positioned around those areas, making sure there's no trouble. But public areas such as parks, shopping centres, town centres, shouldn't have people hanging around drinking and causing trouble, because it intimidates people and it makes people not safe walking around at night. Like, my nana used to say that there was a time when you could leave your door open, and you could walk freely. You could have a nighttime walk, but you can't do that these days because you're scared that you're going to get lynched. For my last point, I'm going to talk about something which is quite important to me. Gay rights. Being a young gay female, we don't have all the rights that straight people have. For instance, we can't get married under the eyes of God in a church. It has to be done in a registry office, and you get a piece of paper called a civil partnership. Which I don't understand, because being gay is initially the same as being straight, except you're with someone of the same sex rather than the opposite sex. So I don't understand that. I would allow gay marriages. Let anyone gay married. You can have Christian homosexuals. You can have homosexuals within any religion, because homosexuality isn't a choice. You know, you are gay, you are straight, you are asexual. The end. And another one is that, and this is a ridiculous one, and I don't know why this is about, but if you're a gay man, you can't give blood. Silly that, I think, because, yeah, okay, it's probably because of all the AIDS in the gay community, as if only gay people contract HIV and AIDS. You know, no one else on Earth has ever got AIDS, only gay people. That's ridiculous. I mean, if you've got a family member who have a terrible accident and they need an urgent blood transfusion, and you are willing to give them that, or anyone, not just your family, and you're willing to give your blood to help a person, but you're denied because you're gay, I'm sorry, but that's just not right. I would allow gay men to give blood, and it's funny how it's just men. Anyway, I would allow gay men to give blood, and what I would do with everyone, not just gay people, I would, when you become a blood donor, you will have to take regular STI tests to make sure that you're clean and able to give blood. It's a simple solution, because a lot of people are being safer these days, using contraception, having STI tests, and I don't see what the problem would be about a gay man being able to give blood. If they're clean, fine. I mean, what are they scared about? Turning the patient gay? That's just ridiculous. So yeah, that's what I would do in politics. This has been my video. Thank God it's over. On to next week, and I've got a good idea for next week, actually, which I'm hoping you will all respond to. So until then, goodbye, people. Ugh, I hate politics.